For attending our program. First of all, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Malaizati Sheikh Abdul Hamid. I'm the head of English department in Maktab Sains, Paduka, Seri, Begawan, Sultan. Okay, this afternoon we'll be sharing with you our program, which is one of the initiatives that we have done in Maktab Sains to promote literacy. And this has received full support from our principal, Cikgu Dianku Sarima. Slam poetry, which you'll see this afternoon, is actually been a program that is in the second year. In the first year, Maktab Sains have done something different called drama. So in the first year, we have actually done a drama or musical drama in Maktab Sains, and we will perform in front of an audience of 800 people and members of the public. So that was the first year. In the second year, which is this year, is when we introduced slam poetry or performance poetry. Now, with your Royal Highness permission, I would like to hand over the floor to Ms. Emma Roberts, who will tell you a little bit more about slam poetry. Thank you, Your Royal Highness.
Good afternoon to Your Royal Highness, Acting Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports, the other senior officials and other guests. It is a great privilege to be with you this afternoon. We are all extremely excited, very proud, and honoured beyond words to be able to present to you this afternoon the work of our students from this year as part of the Slam Poetry Initiative. As Dr. Zeti said, I will give you just a little bit of background information to slam poetry. It is in essence a form of performance art. It is poetry that is designed to be performed, not just read from the page. It can be on any subject, it can be serious, it can be light-hearted, and you will see that in the range of poems that we have put together for you today in this collection. It covers a range of topics, can be solo, can be paired, can be group performances, and you will see the full spectrum this afternoon. I should introduce myself as well. I am, as Dr. Zeti said, I am Cikgu Emma Roberts. I work for CFBT at Maktab Sains, and this year I've been the coordinator for the Slam Poetry Initiative, mainly because I had some contacts with a professional slam poet in the UK, a gentleman called Richard Dreadlock Alien Grant, who came over and ran a series of workshops with our students during September of this year. What you are seeing today will be the culmination of the best performers from those workshops who are presenting their work for you today. I would like to also extend my thanks to my principal, Dianku Sarima, the principal of Maktab Sains, for her support of this initiative, and of course my HOD, Dr. Zeti, for her support of the initiative as well. And the workshops, and I should also say that the initiative that we ran in school was very kindly supported by the Ministry of Education and funded by them as well. So we greatly appreciate their support and their encouragement for a new idea like this. Thank you very much. Okay, with your kind permission, I would like to start the show. Thank you very much. Okay, I'd like to begin by introducing two of our Year 10 poets who are going to open the show for us. First, Rashid and Nazura.
I have an ambition like any other, an ambition to create and show my work to another. I don't hold a scalpel, a hose, or a mace. I have a tool that can make any race, a tool of creativity, imagination, positivity, to create a sensation that can wow a whole nation. I see a man from where I stand. He splitters and splatters, he dances and flatters, spots and lines that rhythm and chime, all going on cloud nine. I have no idea what he's building with that concoction, but one day I'll understand. I'll stand tall like that man. I'll train hard night and day. If I fail, I'll spring right up and say, okay. Forget the masses, the audience, the flashes. This is for me. This is what I want to be. This is my work, my role. And now on this canvas, I'll paint out my whole soul.
The freedom of justice has disappeared. Gunshots coming from the sound of blackness is destroying nature, and the bombs are destroying wonder. Is the purpose of creating this mess is to prove that these people are worthless, living life like a piece of cabbage, just those slaves below average. Is the purpose of this is to create a mess upon everyone's innocence. I fell on my knees and prayed. I feel the grass sweep. I hear the atmosphere yell. The strongest soldier fell. Is it probably this all mess is happening because it's a proof that the world is ending, or because more people are discriminating? Even if hate has no color or age, war should not come because judgments should not be valid. Probably because people are discriminating, the world can't remain in the state of grace. That causes pain to the human race. Why can't people should just be happy and live life? Why? You tell me. Why can't we just let love prevail and allow justification among all human nations?
I would now like to welcome our Year 7 performers to the stage. We have 5 Year 7 groups to perform for you. The first group are called Cupcakes.
I am brown and I am brown. I am edible and I am craveable. I come with toppings and icing. So, what am I? I'm a one-of-a-kind cupcake, and if people pass by, I would yell, "Hey, eat me dude, be generous." When they start baking, I will start singing, "Tray, tray, use the baking tray, bake me right as the instructions say." So the baker stuffed me with vanilla icing and strawberry for topping.
I'm sold in a shop called Bakery, so if you don't know the meaning, look it up in a dictionary.
They say I'm cute as a button and I'm simply can't be forgotten. When they start complimenting, I will start singing. Colors, colors, many different colors, different colored cupcakes with different colors. Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
It's all about money, money, money. So give me your money, money, money. And when it costs lots of money, you will surely taste sweet as honey. Time to scream, time to holla, 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 holla. Give me the money, the pound, and the dollar, dollar, dollar. Let the money flow. So give me the money, the pound, and the euro.
Hey, I love the money, the pound, and the yen. So give me money again and again.
You got no money, you got no honey. If I have lots of money, I wanna buy a Lamborghini.
I love the dollar, the pound, and the golden. I want to buy everything made out of golden.
I heard there's money called crown. I might buy a Bugatti Veyron.
I love the money, the pound, and the yuan. I can buy anything that I want.
If I had lots of money, I want to be in a cave.
Bro, money doesn't buy you everything.
I tried to write a poem. I think that I'm stuck. Ideas of all sorts have left me. I'm wishing for a surge of luck.
There are lots of things I cannot do, and a lot of things I don't know. I don't know how to make glasses, and all the examination my friend passes. I don't know how to make. But I know how to play the piano, and when it comes to singing, I never say no. I know how to gymnast. In fact, I used to be the best.
Yeah, right. Well, I know how to tie a bow. I know how to speak Chinese, ni hao ma, or even Japanese, konnichiwa.
By the way, this may seem rather odd, this may seem rather queer. You might think this is funny, but it looks like a poem from you.
Let me tell you about my graduation.
Wait! No, no, no. I deserve more dedication.
Hey! Can I tell this story about a happy elf?
I think you should keep that to yourself. Can I tell my graduation story first?
Fine! But don't tell the parts which are the worst.
Well, we haven't done the greetings yet.
Well then, Assalamualaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all the people who haven't met. The poem starts like this. Thanks to my dedication to my examination, it has led me to my great graduation. With my fears and stress are killed, my dreams and hopes are fulfilled. With my parents so proud, I feel like screaming out loud.
I still remember those beautiful graduation memories. Hey, I feel like I could tell tons of last year's stories.
No.
Fine. I do hope I've done my teachers proud, but I could tell they were, as they were cheering along with the crowd. I admit, graduation is such a time to remember. It's been a long time since it happened in November.
My graduation was a great celebration that led me to an awesome situation. I miss my astonishing teachers, and yes, I've never met such hardworking creatures.
There were a lot of beautiful decorations, and it gives me a little inspiration. Everybody there was filled with joy, and I felt like the happiest one.
During my graduation ceremony, I felt the feeling of freedom and happiness. Though my heart was pounding with a pinch of sadness. I knew my graduation years were ending, but with every ending comes a great beginning. My inspiration.
My determination.
My decision.
All led to our graduation. Our graduation.
Yay!
I am regret. I have a cousin called denial. I am the one who puts the past on trial. I accuse actions of things they should not have done. I am that feeling that urges you to run. I hang around your everyday thought for endless years and open the floodgates and release endless tears.
I am fear. I strike you hard at heart. I am that thing that could break countries apart. I am fear. Because of me you are frightened of dreams. Because of me all you hear are screams. I am fear. I lead to my sister regret. I am the one that makes you fret.
I am hope, your lifeline, your final rope. I live far away, and at every moment I come to you, each time you pray. You keep me in your thoughts, I linger on sentences past that chord. I do sometimes come true, so keep me in your heart, will you? I am hope, the feeling of wanting something desperately to occur. Believe in me and remember, I am here for you, for him, and for her.
I am despair, the deepest of all emotions. I split families across oceans. To feel better, you might need someone, a family member, a friend, but they are all gone. I made you so unhappy, you feel no hope, no happiness, no joy, till you let all your tears run. Once you let me take over yourself, loneliness and misery will stay forever, no one can help.
If you follow me, you will surely achieve, and once you've done it, you will surely believe in me. I am dreams. I come from a land of nightmare screams. I'm just a step away from reality. I live in a castle of creative fantasy. I'm sure by now you've met my cousin Nightmare, but when he visits, simply pay no heed, no care. Just ignore it and think of me, okay? Good night and sweet dreams.
Thank you, Year 7. I would now like to introduce two further Year 10 students, Shaima and Isolina.
Women are also very fragile. Our sun-kissed porcelain faces are freckled with fault lines. Our tendency to overthink things makes us hide so much of ourselves because we're scared that if we don't, we may end up like Pluto. We try to orbit the sun, hoping that humanity is a symphony, that being popular and having the most friends is what matters, that we can be where the grass is always greener by fitting in and by being mirrors. Well, we are wrong. We are wrong because we are also very fragile. Burnt out light bulb fragile. Frozen leg fragile. Defibrillated heartbeat fragile. We are broken branch fragile. The middle school girl's reaction to the word fat fragile. We are paranoid breakable. We are the kind of fragile that set off big bangs with perceptions of perfections and thoughts of rejections. Yes, we are fragile. But we are also full of life and bones and blood. There's so much more to us than our brown complexion. So I want you to climb out those walls you have built for the last few years. There's no need to hide anymore. You can be safe in your own skin. You can climb the Himalayas and scream out as many lightning rods as you want. We will be listening. We will be listening as you burst apart into thunderclaps and bleed yourself into infinity.
I see you. Do you see me? Or have you chosen to deliberately see through me? Do you know the irrational thinking, the irrational feeling of not knowing, of never being able to know? All the illogical thinking, all the misunderstanding, and that piercing realization that you have just abandoned me without even as much as a justification. Defenseless, unattended, and floating in an air of raging what-ifs. What if I promised you I'd be better? What if I told you how much I need you? Would you have still closed that door behind you with no intention to ever come back for me? Half a decade gone. Am I supposed to be okay with your abandonment? No matter how idiosyncratic it may appear, here I am standing with guilt and resentment. Why? Is it not you at fault? Or is it me? Who I am, what I did, what I stand for, and even what I remind you of? Am I a result of your never-ending heartache, of your disappointment and that marriage that never lasted? But now I have finally chosen to accept that you have abandoned me, and I have been abandoned.
I would now like to welcome our Year 8 performers to the stage.
Before you judge me, I would like... I can write poems about love, or even poems about love, but this is a poem about my life, all the bitterness I have tasted to survive.
You only know her for what she is on the outside. You can see her anywhere walking with pride. You don't know what she is on the inside. You should know that even she can cry at night.
Because I lose control easily to see my friends walk away from me. Some of them flew to the sky, leaving me on earth with facts to deny.
Others left her for all the fame they've gained. Like walking on shattered glass was how she imagined the pain. Knowing she's a bright student, it kept her sane. She told herself,
I'm on the right lane. January came with full of anger, but I can hold it much longer. The people here are always filled with laughter. I can't imagine a place just as merrier.
Months passed by like wind drifting through the air. All the fun we had and all the secrets we shared. All the joy and happiness that we had together, we wish it would last forever.
Before you judge me, I would like to say that in Maktab Sains is where I want to stay. I know my poem isn't the best, but I just hope that someday it does shine above the rest.
People tend to hate, saying sorry, it's just too late.
No, it's never too late. Maybe it's because of fate.
Oh really? How about Romeo and Juliet? They were separated when they first met.
They believe they're each other's first love. Let's send their letters using doves.
Why did you bring birds up? You should be shoved in a tub.
Well, to be honest, did you live in a forest?
Do I look like George of the Jungle? Or did you go on the top of the hill and tumble?
What are you guys talking about? Don't you dare make me shout. But you were shouting. Can't you see us talking?
You don't say. Why don't you just zip your mouth and go away?
Yeah, why don't you just give up already? Go cry to your mommy and daddy.
Oh, fine, but I won't cry. So bye.
Brunei's wonderful culture is what I am going to deliver. We, as young youth of Brunei, must discover our own culture. If Malay traditions are Brunei's cultural root, then Islam is its heart. Just hope that our culture will never fall apart. The nation's official language is Malay. If you want to be more efficient about Malay, there are lots of possible ways. As an Islamic country, the sale and consumption of alcohol is banned. If people don't follow the laws, there's a possibility they will be damned. The culture is influenced by the demographic makeup of the country. 2/3 of the population are Malays, interestingly. The national philosophy is aimed at forging a stronger sense of identity, as well as fostering unity and stability. Brunei is indeed a devotedly Muslim country, making the national philosophy one of respectful tolerance, allowing for the practice of other beliefs and religions. Thank you for watching my performance here today. If I have any mistake on pronunciation, I'm very sorry to say. It is indeed a pleasure and privilege to meet all of you. To end my poem about Brunei's culture, I wouldn't forget to say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I would like to conclude this section of the afternoon's performance with two more Year 10 poets. First Amal and then Nutricia.
If these walls could speak, imagine, what would they say? Speech collapsing onto us, revealing defeat. Memories from the broken past. May they slay, like fire-breathing dragons, when we were innocent and little, saving the damsel in distress princess from the world that's real, holding the ugly, naked truth behind her torn and worn castle, drawing out sore, crimson blood from the thirsty battle. Memories, dose after dose, smiley frames capturing a crooked smiley pose. Young ones, old ones, some lucid glory, the truth hidden out of our unfinished business, out of our unfinished story, out of our eyes to the back of our heads, sealed by our delicate minds as albums of pictures still continue to thread. If I could turn back time and watch the sands outplay me, if I could turn the clock hands, but none of us could now. Can we? Don't ever and never regret what the irreversible past had done. One does not simply forget, but remember. Mistakes didn't drag us here for fun. Neither did the good or bad people who came and who went. So forever may they ripple in the vast ocean of memories that's dead. If these walls could speak, just imagine, what would they say?
This poem is called A Letter to a Friend. It was inspired by Taylor Swift's song titles. My dear friend, you finally found love. You said that it was better than revenge. It was as if you couldn't breathe. She had you completely changed. Your eyes open for the first time in 15 years. You said that the day you met her was the best day of your life. She was so fearless and so innocent, and that was what you loved about her. You said that this love of yours would be forever and always. But then she broke up with you and left you breathless and crazier than our friend, dear John. You argued that when you had your last kiss, sparks fly in all directions. You couldn't understand why she left you. Every memory of her haunted you in your sleep. And after that, you started to become so mean, and you were nowhere to be found or seen. And when I saw you, you pushed me away. You didn't want to hear what I had to say. And this went on for 3 years! For 3 years, you never grew up and learned to let her go. And during all those times, I was the one waiting at the sidelines, hoping that one day you would be mine and that you would see that you belong with me, that I could be your Superman and keep you safe and sound. So tell me why I can't have my own love story. You enchanted me the day we first met, and for the first time in my life, I felt as if I have a place in this world. And if I could pay any price to turn back time, I would choose to go back to December when I first met you. So to my dear friend, I have told you how I felt. Now it's your turn to speak. So speak now. Thank you.
There will now be a very short interval while we set up for part 2. Thank you very much.